Hey, what's up guys? Mike Gross here, rockinguitarlessons.com. You're probably trying to figure out what the heck a CVT lesson is. So let me explain what they are. CVT lesson stands for Custom Video Tablature Lesson, which is working pretty efficiently and well for students that maybe can't fit in private lessons on their schedule if you're real busy, or you know, if you don't have high-speed internet or something's not working with Skype, whatever reason. And what I do is I pick, not me, you pick a song, say that you want to brush up on or learn in completion. Lots of songs have multiple guitar parts, and what I do is by ear, I sit down, figure out the parts note for note for you, handwrite the tabs, or tablature. Tabs is short for tablature, which is just the notation. It's not, or I shouldn't say notation. Notation is actual notes. Tablature is using the numbers and the lines for the strings. I write them out for you, I put them in sections for you, subgroup them. If we're doing guitar 1, then it's labeled guitar 1, and then when I finish through guitar 1, I'll label them guitar 2 or guitar 3. I think probably 99% of my CVT lessons that I'm doing wind up being complete songs. Sometimes people don't want all the guitar parts, especially if they're just wanting to just play the primary guitar part, guitar 1, from beginning to end. But I do have a lot of people that like to have all the guitar parts that are going on. And I've had a few that just want the guitar solo, you know, to a certain song. I handwrite them, I subgroup them, timestamp them, and after I do that, I shoot a video for it, upload it to YouTube for you. If you just try to go off the video, you're not going to really be able to pick it up. So they're custom video tab lessons. I mean, in detail, the tabs going with the video. And after I shoot the video, I actually, like I said, I timestamp things on the tabs to where if you're not sure, and this really comes in handy particularly for guitar solos, to where we can say from 2 minutes 31 seconds to 2 minutes and 52 seconds, here's what's being played here, so you can match it up. It's really, really cool and very effective. It's basically, they're the same rates as if you were to be taking private lessons with me. Now, if you go to rockinguitarlessons.com, there is a tab on there for taking private lessons for guitar, bass, or vocals on Skype. But I don't know which one it is on the site, but you'll hover over one of the tabs and you know how you have the drop downs. Well, one of those will say CVT lessons. And click on that, it'll take you to a page that explains it in detail. All I require is a $59 deposit minimum into PayPal, which the email I happen to use for that is tvxpunk@aol.com. Once that's done, I get started on your tabs. Turnaround time, if I'm not backed up, is usually within 5 days. But I communicate with you guys, let you know if I have someone ahead of you, you know, to give you an estimation of time. They don't take long. I make them a priority thing for you guys. But it's really, really a good way to learn. And if you still have questions or feedback after you have the lesson, I'm your guitar teacher. I'm here for you to help you along the way. Some questions people ask is, how much does it cost for a complete song? Obviously, you can't pinpoint an exact figure like that, but I can give you a ballpark price for the average song, and you figure 3.5 minutes, you know, to maybe 4 minutes, you know, just for an idea. They tend to range in the $200 range on up to $300. It just depends. So I've had some that have been under $200 that have just been acoustic, you know, straightforward songs. But they are in detail. You pay the balance upon completion, and what I do at that point is I will total up the time for you, give you the amount minus the deposit that you put down, and the $59 deposit, that's a minimum. If you want to put $100 or whatever, but that's a minimum, which is the hourly rate that I charge, and I keep track of the hours and all that stuff for you. And the next step is I will scan the tabs, send them to your email, so that's something that I'll need from you right away. I know a lot of people have different emails. You let me know the email that you want the tabs sent to. I send those to you, and then the next step is I upload to YouTube. Now sometimes it's one video, sometimes it's two, sometimes it's three. So part one, part two, part three, just depending. Right now on YouTube I have up to 15 minutes for video time. I think that's going to be changing here possibly this week, and it'll, you know, go up to, I don't know how long you can go with them, probably around 25-30 minutes, but either way, you may get them in 3 segments, 2 segments, 1 segment. I think the longest was 5. I had a 5-part video. But it's really cool. It's a fun way to learn. That way you always have it. You'll have the video, you'll always have the tabs. You can work away at your convenience and what's, you know, comfortable for you when you have the time to sit in and work on it. And like I said, if you have questions still after the fact, hit me up, and of course I will make that a priority to clear up any questions that you may have on it. So that's working very well for those of you that work a lot or just have busy schedules and can't have a set day, set time each week or every other week, which is how I do it for my private lessons on Skype. You get a set day, Tuesday 4:30 to 5 or 4:30 to 5:30, and that's your time every week or bi-weekly. And I have a couple that do an hour a month. I mean, we can work it. The idea with the private lessons is to get you a set day, set time. That's just how it goes, even if you're going to a store or a studio for lessons. So the CVTs don't require that. All it requires is you pay the minimum deposit, I get to work, you have it within a week, unless there's someone before you, and I could let you know. I write everyone down on a list in order of importance and priority, I should say, like whoever, you know, put the deposit down first, theirs comes first, and then I get started on the next. I take it serious as if it's one of my students that show up for a lesson on a weekly basis to my studio or the music store. So if that's something you're interested in, you can read up on it a little bit more, like I said, by going to rockinguitarlessons.com. Hover over the tabs till you, I think it's one of the bottom ones on the drop down, it'll say CVT lessons. And then also, you know, like I said, I do teach privately on Skype. If that's something you're interested in, that has its own tab on the page, and you can read up on that, the requirements, and I don't have age restrictions. A lot of teachers I know have a minimum, like you got to be 10 years old or older. I don't do that. I have kids, you know, that I started teaching, my own children at a very young age. Some of them in between 2 and 3 years old, I started them, and they're playing it in, they're rocking, man. One of my children, I taught him drums, and he passed up his dad, so. But anyways, if someone has a desire to learn, that's all I need to work with. If you have the desire, let's do it. The reason a lot of people won't take the younger ages is because of attention span, but I think it's unfair to lump everyone into that category, and I have proof for that, and my reasoning being my own children. They all play an instrument, and they weren't forced into it. It was something, a passion that they had. They grew up with it, me and their mom, my wife. That's what we do. So anyways, if you're interested, my email is mike@rockinguitarlessons.com. Shoot me an email, and all the information that you want, the name of the song, what you want in detail, as far as the guitar parts go. You know, guitars 1, guitar 2, guitar 3, or just the main rhythm and the guitar solo. Or you want the whole song minus the guitar solo and the rhythm behind it. They are custom. Really cool. So anyways, head on over and check it out. You can email me if you're interested, and go to the website anyways, man. Sign up on the, or fill out the contact information. Down the road we will be doing giveaways, you know, strings and different, you know, pedals, guitars, all that stuff. So jump on board. Thanks guys, and keep rocking. Later.